By the year 2050, a global population of 9 billion people will increase water demands by 55%, energy needs by 80%, and food demands by 60%. With these needs more than doubling, careful planning and management of resources has never been a greater priority. This is where the water, energy, food nexus comes in. Each of these resources will be key to meeting people's needs, now and in the future. Each of these resources is dependent upon the other. The nexus provides an entry point to efficiently and sustainably integrate the management of those three resources. As part of the IUCN and IWA project, Nexus Dialogue on Water Infrastructure Solutions, over 40 participants from river basin organisations, governments and the private sector met during the project's first workshop in Nairobi in May 2013. The Nairobi workshop, which was the first to take place in a series of regional workshops during 2013, focused in particular on nexus issues for African basins. Fred Mwango, from the African Ministers' Council on Water, or AMCOW, gave the keynote address at the opening of the workshop. During the two-day meeting, several interviews with participants were conducted.
The workshop that started yesterday, which we are hoping to finish today. I think it's come at the right time, at a time when Africans are aspiring to overcome poverty and also, insecurity in terms of the provision of water and also energy. I think we need to work together, both as a team and also within the framework of the Nexus in order to achieve these aims.
In the report, Africa's Infrastructure, A Time for Transformation, it is estimated that 1/3 of Africa's power investment needs, at over $9 billion a year, is associated with multi-purpose water storage for hydropower and water resource management.
The future of energy, water and food, all of them very critical, very important. It means that we cannot continue planning for one without planning for the other. So what we basically need is to ensure that we have an integrated approach. When we are planning for power, like EAPP, we have to consider the implications it will have over the entire population in terms of food security, in terms of water availability, and in terms of the energy that will be required to make that possible. Integrated resource planning is the future, and we need to embrace the concept. We need to ensure that we move ahead with that.
The panel discussions allowed participants to delve deeper into thinking about Nexus challenges and opportunities. Participants explored solutions and how to achieve these by using fictional basin examples. Some of the solutions included strategic water storage, implementation of new technologies, expanding the energy mix to include micro-hydropower, renewable energy, and using agricultural waste to produce biogas. These lessons were then transferred to existing basins. Looking into the future, participants strategized necessary milestones at 5-year intervals for implementation.
We think that the way we are approaching it through the Nexus, water, food and energy, is bringing in an innovation, because in the water sector, I would say we sinned in a way by planning thematically. You plan for water, ignoring totally the area, or almost totally the area of food production, and others will plan for energy. You have 3 parallel plannings. While water, the same water can be used and has to be used actually for the 3 purposes in an integrated way. So we think that this approach through the Nexus will certainly allow us to look at it in a holistic and to plan in a comprehensive way, which will certainly bring more benefit and more sustainability to what we are doing today.
The Nexus Dialogue on Water Infrastructure Solutions is intended to help identify and share water infrastructure and technology solutions. Better integrated and broad cross-sectoral thinking is required to deal with the challenges around water, energy and food production, including their efficiencies, trade-offs and cross-sectoral impacts.
It's very interesting to better understand the different perspectives and to think of not on the near future. Of course, we would like to find solutions for now, but it's also good to look at the long-term perspective and decide altogether where we should be in the next 40 years, because it creates new vision, which is the starting point for new discourse, for new ways of thinking the problems we are completely embedded in.
Yes, the Nexus approach is very important for us in the Orange River Basin because we have to make sure that we meet the needs of the different users of water, and this is about to make sure that there is a coordinated approach, and with the end result making sure that everybody benefits from the management of the water resources and the use of the water resources. In the Orange River Basin, we have a water yield model, basically to look at the amount of water that is available, at the end of the wet season or rainfall season, and also just before the beginning of the rainfall season, and also to look at the needs of the different sectors, energy, agriculture, mining, and industry.
Yeah, so for me, I think the thing that's maybe lacking from the Nexus thinking or is not made explicit is actually the environment and ecosystem services. And I guess that I think that this somehow needs to be incorporated into the way we plan and manage, and it's something that's different from the past. My personal belief is that ecosystem services should be the integrating factor, and that consideration of both built infrastructure, which humans, dams and dikes, etc., which humans build, should be integrated more closely with the natural benefits that also come from natural infrastructure. So for me, that's what needs to be brought into the dialogue in a more explicit way.
The Nexus dialogue process works by sourcing a diversity of ideas and options into coherent approaches and solutions for water, energy, and food security.
Yeah, for those of us watching this video, what we want to tell you from the perspective of Ghana, and from the perspective of Ghana Dams Dialogue, which is a national platform that is pushing forward issues of water, issues of food security, issues of energy, is that there's no way we can work, in isolation. Ghana Dams Dialogue, we have 7 institutional categories, and if you look at the background of these institutions, they all fall within the perspective of the Nexus. We are going to carry forward the message. I'm sure we're going to be made ambassadors of this, and we are going to push forward that in Africa and in Ghana, working together in the framework of the Nexus will help us together.